Hello students, welcome to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University. Today we will be studying Unit 10 Constitutional Provisions for SCs and STs, OBCs, minorities, women, children, aged and differently abled persons as part of BA Sociology Semester 3 Social Issues, Policies and Development. This is Dr. K. Bhavani Shankar. Constitutional provisions for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. The Indian Constitution has provided several provisions for the protection and promotion of the interests of the citizens of this country, especially the weaker sections. In conformity with the directive principles of state policy, social justice has been declared as the most significant goal of development. More than 7 decades of planning, multiple programs and schemes have been launched with the main objective of improving the socio-economical conditions of weaker sections in the country. Now let us discuss about constitutional provisions which are meant for the scheduled caste. So before going into the topic, we need to understand what does scheduled caste mean. Scheduled caste are those castes or races in the country which have suffered from extreme social, educational and economical backwardness arising out of an age-old practice of untouchability, and certain others on account of lack of infrastructure facilities and geographical isolations, and who need special consideration for safeguarding their interest so that there can be socio-economical development. So these communities were notified as scheduled caste as per the provisions contained in class 1 of article 341 of the Indian Constitution. Article 16 clause 4a speaks about reservation for the people in terms of services both in the state and across the country. So they are going to get reservation in so that they can get jobs. Article 17 abolishes untouchability. If any person practices untouchability, then those people will be punished. Article 46 requires the state to promote with special care especially the educational and economical interests of the weaker sections of the people, and in particular the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, to protect them from social unjust and all forms of exploitation. So their duty is to create certain programs so that their social conditions and economical conditions can be improved. Article 330 and Article 332 of the Indian Constitution provides for reservation of seats in favor of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe in the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, at the state assemblies and local bodies, so that their representation will be there in the politics, because they are the sufferers. Their problems can be raised in the parliament or in the state assemblies, so that they can design the policies for the betterment of SCs and ST communities. Article 335 provides that the claim of the members shall be taken into consideration, consistency with the maintenance of efficiency of administration in the making of appointment to services and post in connection with the affairs of the union or the state. Article 338 provides for a national commission for the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes with duties to investigate and monitor all the matters relating to safeguarding the individuals or the people who belong to SC and ST. So sometimes if there are any problems, if there are any atrocities, this National Commission for the SC and ST is going to look into the matter, and they are trying to address the complaints which are registered by this body. And they are also going to give advices to the Planning Commission, so that there will be certain policies which will be designed for the socio-economical development of both the SCs and STs in the country. Now let us discuss about the constitutional provisions which are meant for scheduled tribe. The term scheduled tribe is first appeared in the Indian Constitution as part of Article 366 clause 25, which defined scheduled tribe as such tribes or tribal communities are parts or groups within such tribes or tribal communities as deemed under Article 342 to be scheduled tribes for the purpose of the Constitution. Article 342 has laid down the procedures to identify the scheduled tribes, and there are special schedules in the 5th and 6th schedule of the Indian Constitution which deals with the governance of these tribal areas. Now, let us discuss the educational and cultural safeguards which are meant for scheduled tribes. Article 15 clause 4, it provides special provisions for advancement of the other backward classes including the scheduled tribes. Article 29 provides for the protection of the interest of minorities so that they can safeguard their cultural rights, they can also be educated, they can also use their mother tongue as a means so that they can easily acquire the knowledge. Article 46 states that the state shall promote with special care the educational, economical interest of the weaker section of the people, and particularly the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, and shall protect them from social injustice and all forms of exploitation. Even though if you see, most of the tribal people are being exploited, they are forced to vacate the land where they are residing from generations together. Even though they are saying that they are going to give compensation to the people, it is very, very meager. They are exploited in multiple dimensions. So, Article 46 tries to protect the people from all sorts of unjust and exploitation. Article 350 reserves the right to conserve their distinctive language, script as well as the culture of the people. Article 350 again talks about providing the education in the mother tongue, especially for the first 5 years of their basic education, so that the children can learn easily. So, we are going to use bilingual in terms of learning. First 5 years their mother tongue, then followed by bilingual. Let us discuss about socio-economical safeguards meant for tribals. Article 23 prohibits of trafficking of human beings, because we have seen most of the tribals were forcibly taken away from one place to the other place, and they are forced to work as either bonded labor or so on. Sometimes these people are picked from one area and taken to the other and made them to work as beggars. So, this kind of trafficking was can be stopped using this Article 23 of the Indian Constitution. Then we have Article 24, which is going to forbid the child labor. Even now in most of the areas, children are taken away and they are being used as bonded labor for a period of 1 year or more than that. So, Article 24 prohibits child labor. Then Article 244 clause 1, as per the provision of the 5th schedule, it is going to apply to the administration and control of scheduled areas and scheduled tribes in any state other than the states of Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Tripura and so on. Article 275 grants an aid to specified states under the 5th and 6th schedule of the Indian Constitution. The political safeguards which are meant for the tribals are Article 164 clause 1, which provides the tribal affairs ministry in Bihar, MP and Orissa. Article 330 reservation of seats in Lok Sabha. Article 337 which provides for reservation of seats in the state legislature. Article 334 10 years reservation for the ST people, which has been amended multiple times and which is being increased and implemented even now. Article 243 reservation of seats in panchayats. Article 371 where we are going to have special provisions in respect to northeastern states and Sikkim. So, these are the provisions which are meant for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. Thank you.